This is Emergency Communications Training Net. My name is Jerry and my call sign is B4EMC. I'm located in Waxhaw, North Carolina, and I'll be the net control operator for this evening's net. The purpose of this net is to train on emergency communication procedures, communications equipment, communications modes, and the National Incident Management System. Before we get started in any emergency communications training, is there any emergency communications traffic or announcements? If so, please call B4EMC or Net Control.
WB4EMC, this is WX4ACO.
Okay, WX4ACO, this is B4EMC. Go ahead, Dave.
I did talk with Jimmy, KB4GKI, earlier, and he is actually in Tennessee with a sick grandchild, and so that's where he is, if anybody's wondering. And that's pretty much all I had from here in regards to announcements.
Okay, Whiskey X-Ray 4 Alpha Charlie Oscar, this is B4EMC, affirmative. I have talked with him earlier this week, and he relayed that information on to me also. Okay, do we have any other announcements or any emergency communications before we start the net? If so, please call B4EMC or Net Control. Over. Okay, this is B4EMC, nothing heard. I want to welcome all those who checked in this evening. The net roster is as follows. Of course, my station, B4EMC, and also the net is please recognize KD Niner, Juliet Delta Delta, Billy in Indiana, and also WX4ACO, Dave up there in Crossmore, North Carolina. And also KD8MIB, Eddie up in West Virginia. And also November 0 Mike Romeo Zulu, Scott. Okay, I want to let everybody know ahead of time. I want to wish everybody a good New Year's coming up. This evening, I don't have any training scheduled. I was just going to turn this into a survey session, so to speak. I would like to, when I go down the list here, if anybody has anything that y'all like to discuss or train on the upcoming year, now's the time to bring it forward. The net is not mine, the net is everybody's here. So we're all in the same boat, and I just want to get the feel of what everybody wants to have a little bit more training on. And I'll take some notes here and make sure it'll happen. This is B4EMC. Okay, up on the list here is KD Niner, Juliet Delta Delta, Billy up in Indiana. Good evening, Billy. And I'll go ahead and say Happy New Year's to you. Do you have any suggestions that you, or any ideas that you like to see us train on in the upcoming year? If so, please let us know. The mic is yours.
Roger, Jerry, I appreciate that. This is Billy, KD9er, Juliet Delta Delta. I'd like to wish everybody a happy New Year's. It's cold here, it's snowing here, and I'm just open for any kind of training at all. Like I said, I'm new to the ham aspect part of emergency communications. Willing to learn all I can. Sorry I missed it last week. I kind of got busy getting everything ready for Christmas and everything, but hope everybody's had a good week and is having a good weekend, and I want to wish everybody a very happy New Year's. This is Billy, KD9er, Juliet Delta Delta.
All right, KD9er, Juliet Delta Delta. This is WB4 EMC. Well, Billy, Happy New Year's again to you, and hey, no problem missing out. It happens. Sometimes we get pretty busy or get things we need to take care of that is more important. So anyway, I hope that we will have a mixture of different types of training and have some guest speakers throughout the year so that you won't hear it all come from me, but you hear guest speakers who you might say experts in their field, so to speak. Like I stated before, I hopefully will have maybe someone from the WinLink development team to come on board and discuss a little bit about WinLink. Okay, Billy, let's break from you right now. Let's go on down to WX4ACO. Dave up in Crossmore. Good evening, Dave. Do you have any suggestions on training for the upcoming year? Over. Okay, WX4ACO, I did get your text here. I don't know if you're still having a problem. I notice that you can't talk, but anyway, I see that you'd like to see some training on WinLink. That's my thinking too, since WinLink is a very important digital mode when it comes to emergency communications. Okay, let's move on down to KD8, Mike India Bravo. Eddie up in West Virginia. Good evening, Eddie. Do you have any suggestions on training you like to see on the net? Please let us know. The mic is yours. Okay, KD8, Mike India Bravo. This is WB4 EMC. Only thing we received here on our end is the Echolink system was keyed up, but no audio. You might want to do an audio check on your Echolink and see what's going on. While you're doing that, let's move on down to another station here, and we'll come back to you. The next station, November 0, Mike Romeo Zulu. This is WB4 EMC. Good evening, Scott. Do you have any suggestions on training? Over.
WB4 EMC in the group, and 0MRZ. Dave Harris Scott, the emergency coordinator for the Muscatine County Aries group here in eastern Iowa. No, not a lot for the net. I think anything that you can cover would be good, whether it be basics or something even more advanced. I know our group is making preparations for when the weather breaks, actually getting out, doing some exercises with search and rescue to be able to help our local county search and rescue teams, doing grid searches, working with coordinates as far as with GPS and what have you. A lot of stuff planned for the future. Right now we're working on equipment, trying to get the communications trailer up and running. Pulled the generator out last weekend. It's got an LP fired 7,500 watt generator in it, and it was throwing oil. So we pulled it out thinking we were going to replace the main seal in it. Come to find out it's toast. So it's going to be it's going to take a connecting rod, cam, and crank, and rings, and the whole 9 yards. So got quite the project ahead of us here, but it's going to be really nice when we get done. Some of the other things we've been discussing, which I think might be a good topic, is you know, as an Aries unit, we're set up to be able to help our county. One of the things I've noticed that we need to get a lot better at is going to be to start working with some of the neighboring counties, because unfortunately in times of man-made or natural disaster, we may have half or more of our team members that are affected. That means we're going to be relying on others, counties around us, to help us. We need to be ready to help them in their time of need. Other than that, that's all I've got, Jerry. 73, thanks for having the net this evening, and 0MRZ.
Okay, November 0MRZ. This is WB4EMC. Well, Scott, thank you very much for that suggestion. Yes, a lot of times when there's an incident or a disaster, it's going to be more than just one county. I know down here in North Carolina, when we have a hurricane come through, it's not just going to be one county. It'll be several counties involved. So yes, we need to learn how to have, here's a fancy word, and you probably already know this, interoperability. In other words, working together, being able to work with other adjoining counties, how to develop a relationship with other Aries groups in adjoining counties, and also working with different agencies in our county and in other counties. So that is a very good topic. I'm glad you brought that up. You know, there's a little bit more to the emergency communications and operating a radio, operating procedures, and the National Incident Management System, which involves interoperability. So that is a very good topic. I did write that down, so I appreciate you bringing that up. Well, it sounds like you got your hands full there, and I wish you and your group, Aries group, the very best for the upcoming New Year's, and please help us get the word out. Let's see how many more people we can get here on the net every Saturday night here. Okay, let's move back up to KD8, Mike India Bravo, Eddie up in West Virginia. Eddie, let's give it a try one more time. We didn't have an audio from you the last time. Let's see what you can do this time, and your suggestions on training. Over.
Alright, it's KD8MIB. Yeah, I was trying the Echo Link on my computer, and apparently there's something wrong, so I switched over to my iPhone, so hopefully now you can hear me. But I was actually thinking about how we could use digital modes, different ways of using digital modes in area situations. That was really the only thing I could come up with. I'd actually thought about that before you started talking about WinLink. And I like Scott's suggestion also, because where I'm located at in West Virginia, we're surrounded by a lot of counties that are actually out of state, out of West Virginia. So that could be kind of interesting also. So that's all I have. Back in that controls, KD8MIB. Everybody have a happy New Year.
Okay, KD8, Mike India Bravo. This is WB4 EMC. I copied you that time loud and clear. So, sometimes desktop and your phones work a little bit different. So, but you came in very good that time. Yes, digital modes. There's more to digital than just WinLink. There's a lot of digital